All right, you guys, in our last video, we created this shape that you see on the screen. If you're in my class and you're a student, what you need to do to submit your work is take a screenshot using the screenshot feature on your Chromebook and take a picture of this entire screen and submit it to Schoology. After you do that, you can then go and save this work to Google, specifically to your Google Drive. I'm going to walk you through how to save this to your Google Drive. So I've done all my work, I've created my big shape, and now I need to plop it into my Google Drive by clicking on the word File and clicking on the word Save. Because I haven't saved this yet, a new box comes up. Now mine is defaulting to the correct place in my Google Drive because I have saved to my Google Drive in this program before. Your Chromebook will not automatically go to the right place. So here's what you need to do. Notice that I clicked on the word that you see in the Save In box. Go ahead and click on that as well. Whatever word it says for your default, click on that word. Then you need to find this PC. That should be towards the top of the list because it organizes it. So I'm going to go to this PC. From here, I'm going to find the Google Drive folder, and I have a couple of choices. I can double click on the yellow folder, and it will bring me to my Google Drive. Or another method is to click on the folder that you want once and then click on Save. Notice now I clicked on My Drive. So we have to go to the Google Drive. Then in your Google Drive, you want to choose My Drive and then Save. And from here, it loads all the folders inside my Google Drive. Now, if you have not organized your Google Drive at this point, your My Drive, this will take a while to load. I have very purposefully already organized my drive. So there I am. From here, I want to go a little bit deeper. Remember earlier in the quarter, we made our third quarter folder. So find that third quarter folder. I called mine Distance Learning. Double click on it. And remember earlier in the quarter, we made folders inside that third quarter folder. Well, we're working on a CAD project. So we're going to click on the CAD folder. You can either, again, double click on it on the yellow folder, or you can click on it once and click on Save. Just be really careful because if you double click on the words, sometimes you end up editing those words and we don't want to do that. So that's why I always like the folder. So I'm going to double click on the folder. And now I'm going to name my file. Notice I already have a part 1 and this file is defaulting as part 1. I'm going to change my file name so I know what this is. Remember, we called this the cube. So I'm going to call mine Cube as well. So I'm going to click on Save. Unfortunately, nothing magic happens inside Autodesk Inventor to know if I saved or not. So the best method to check your work is to open up a tab on your Chromebook and go to your Google Drive. So here's my drive. And I'm going to have to remember where I saved it. So I'm in My Drive. I put mine in this folder. Try that again. There we go. And then I put it into my CAD folder. And from here, I should have a couple of different items because that's what I saw before. You for sure want your new item. Now, if you're viewing yours as tiles, you won't see a timestamp. When we're doing things on AWS, you really want to be viewing yours as a list. So you have the names. Notice I did that right below my little icon. I went and I toggled between the list view and the tile view. When I'm on my list view, I can see the name of the file, but most importantly, I can see the time that I last saved my work. So right here, I have the time, and it is 11:40 right now when I'm making this video, and it was 11:40 when I last saved. And you can see the previous times I saved into this editing something on the cube, it was on February 22nd. So looking at that modification date is super duper important. So that's how we check to see if our AWS saves. We toggle into another tab on our device and we go into our drive and you can look at that information on there. So now we know that our cube saved, and if we ever want to come back to it and do more modifications to it, we can.